A healthcare power of attorney, deceptively named, okay? It actually appoints an agent to handle your healthcare issues, all right? Only when I can't act for myself. It's my choice what happens with my healthcare until I'm not able to make that choice because of incompetency or incapacity, right? And then who do I want to step in as me and make the right healthcare decisions? In an emergency situation, in a long-term care placement situation, whether I need surgery, medication, any decisions. I'm a huge proponent of and fan of putting a HIPAA authorization built in within the healthcare power of attorney.
Right.
Okay? That way they can also pull my medical records to see, you know, what's going on in the medical records, to get a second opinion, to find out why an aspirin costs $500. You know, there could be many reasons why you would want them to do that, but that's also an important component, I think. And then in North Carolina, a healthcare power of attorney, the agent can also be designated to handle burial.
Right.
And you can designate, that's where you really designate. We see attorneys put that in wills traditionally, but the will really isn't probated for, say, 30 days after someone's passed away. I don't think I'd be in good shape for 30 days unless I was on ice. So you really want to contemplate that in the healthcare power of attorney.
Right.
Mental health care. We want to make sure we decide whether we want our healthcare agent to handle mental health care because that's a separate statute in the state.
Right.
And if you don't include the mental health care portion and reference that statute, then you're left with not being able to really manage the whole person. And especially as we age, you know, Alzheimer's, dementia, it really blurs the line between physical and mental health care. So we want to include all those elements. These things are complex documents, but they allow you to appoint an individual that you want to handle your care. Now, in a general durable power of attorney for financial and legal matters, or a healthcare power of attorney for healthcare and, you know, any kind of healthcare issue, would it be smart for me to have a successor, somebody waiting in the wings in case the primary agent I appointed could not perform that duty?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just like any sports team needs to have, you know, a deep bench. You know, you need to have backups. Thing is, though, it's not a popularity contest. You want to pick somebody, especially if you're naming them to control finances, legal rights, that's sophisticated enough to make those decisions on your behalf. If they can't balance their own checkbook, they shouldn't be making your decisions. They should also be sophisticated enough and know your wishes, right? And be, you know, have the wherewithal to ask maybe a professional, even if you're not able to communicate,
Sure.
to ascertain what the decision that would be in your best interest is. Now, you know, one thing that I see a lot, questions that I see a lot from clients asking about healthcare power of attorney is, you know, day to day, I can see a need for that day to day. You know, taking my loved one to the doctor, maybe picking up prescriptions, but, you know, what's the big picture reason for a healthcare power of attorney? Can it help someone, you know, obtain benefits to pay for long-term care? Is it necessary to have a healthcare power of attorney if a loved one's trying to get someone something like Medicaid, VA, to pay for long-term care?
Yeah, so, you know, you will get stopped really at the gate at the beginning if you do not have in place a general durable power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney when you're going to apply for benefits.
Right.
And then we have to shift to guardianship, and which is much more costly. It's a lengthier process. It's a court process. If family members don't agree, many times the default is, again, like you said, to appoint a third party.
Right.
So you might end up with a guardian that you don't want and court oversight over every dollar that's spent. So, you know, should we really trust the person that we're appointing as the agent under a general durable power of attorney or healthcare power of attorney?
Certainly. You know, one of the things that we do as estate planning and elder law attorneys is whenever we're setting up an estate plan, we're ensuring that there are, you know, fail-safes in place, meaning that if you put someone in a trusted position, what we, you know, call a fiduciary position, that's a legal term for it, you want to make sure that, you know, they, if they were to violate their duty under the power of attorney, that they could be, you know, held liable for that. There's some recourse there. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pick somebody that you trust unequivocally, someone that you know can do the job, someone that you know has your best interest at heart.
Absolutely.
That's very important.
Absolutely. I would like to offer a free consult to sit down with an attorney and review your estate plan and talk about what tools in estate planning would be right for you. You can take advantage of that free consult by going to mcelderlaw.com. That's M as in Mike, C as in Charlie, elderlaw.com, or calling 1-888-999-6600. And thank you so much for joining us today.